From the Cronkite studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
Coming up, Cronkite News in depth. Prescription drugs and opioid abuse are leading to a countrywide crisis. Now, life-saving money is on the way to Arizona.
An Arizona veteran is among hundreds traveling to Capitol Hill to voice their opinion on the Iran nuclear deal.
Plus, you've heard about the effort to oust Superintendent of Public Instruction Diane Douglas. We break down the confusing process of recalling a state official.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Genesis Monserrati.
And I'm Erica Lang. Thanks for joining us.
Arizona will receive $3.5 million from the Centers for Disease Control to help prevent drug use and overdoses from prescription pain medications. Cronkite News analyzed emergency room admissions across the state and found nearly 12,000 drug users OD'd between 2009 and 2013. Cronkite News reporter Jesse Schultz joins us with an in-depth look at the data. Jesse?
Earlier this year, Cronkite News documented the epidemic of heroin use in Arizona, an addiction that often starts with the misuse of prescription pills and other drugs. Officials hope that this money from the CDC will pay for new ways to fight this growing problem.
But, you know, if a doctor just sends you out of the hospital or his office with 60 Percocets, an addict's just going to take them constantly until they're gone, and then now they're really hooked.
For those addicted to prescription drugs, overdoses and relapses are just a normal part of life. Cronkite News found that from 2009 to 2013, almost 12,000 drug users were taken to Arizona emergency rooms because of drug overdoses involving prescription drugs, heroin, and methadone. While not all of those are fatal, the number is alarming. Banner Poison and Drug Center Information Outreach Specialist Maureen Rowland said that many of the calls to their helpline are about drugs.
A lot of the calls we get are kind of accidental misuse of opioids, and then we do get the overdoses too, and those are intentional or unintentional overdoses.
And some of those problems begin with doctor prescriptions.
We do see that people are being prescribed it younger and younger, and often unnecessarily.
The CDC recognized the growing epidemic, and Arizona was one of 16 states chosen to receive money to tackle prescription drug misuse. The money will be handled by the Arizona Department of Health Services. The DEA's special agent in charge, Douglas Coleman, said money like this is needed for education.
Kids are going to get what they can get, so we have to educate everybody about what the problems are.
The Arizona Department of Health Services did not return our calls to tell us where the money would be specifically used. In the broadcast center, Jesse Schultz, Cronkite News.
Cronkite News is committed to tracking heroin's hold on Arizona. We released the documentary Hooked in January with the hope that it would bring light to this very real problem. For more multimedia coverage on the impact of heroin, how families and law enforcement agents are coping, a look at the data on overdoses, and to watch the full investigation, go to hookedaz.cronkitenewsonline.com.
More than $3 million is on its way to Arizona to help eliminate the backlog of untested rape kits in our state. It's part of an ongoing grants initiative by the Manhattan District Attorney and the U.S. Department of Justice. Cronkite News has been tracking Arizona's testing backlogs of rape kits like these, primarily in Maricopa and Pima counties. A total of $79 million in new grant money will go to 27 states, with a goal of testing more than 56,000 sexual assault evidence kits. Investigators hope the test will offer DNA evidence that will help solve cases across the country. In Arizona, the Maricopa County Attorney's Office will receive nearly $2 million. The Tempe Police Department will get about $364,000, and the Tucson Police Crime Lab will receive just more than $1 million. The extra grant money should be able to pay for the processing of 4,000 rape kits in Arizona.
New information in the I-10 shootings. The Arizona Department of Public Safety is investigating 2 incidents today, including a vehicle struck by a projectile and a reported gunshot near 83rd Avenue. Officials say 7 of the 10 recent shooting incidents involved bullets, while the rest possibly used BBs. The other vehicles struck include 3 pickups, 3 passenger cars, 2 box trucks, an SUV, and a commercial tour bus, with no passengers aboard. No one has been seriously hurt. While congressional leaders vote on the Iran nuclear deal, supporters and critics have been rallying on the Hill to voice their opinions on the deal. Washington, D.C. reporter Adriana Barajes talked to an Arizona veteran who made the trip to the Capitol to voice her thoughts on the deal.
That's right. That deal is being voted on as we speak, with preliminary votes in both the House and the Senate this evening. It's the latest action on the debate that has been raging all week.
$150 billion, which, by the way, they get even if the deal isn't approved.
As Congress and the Senate continue debating the Iran nuclear agreement, hundreds of people made their way to the Capitol this week to voice their opinions, including Arizona veteran Alana Brooke.
So I came to D.C. as part of a group sponsored by VoteVets.org, and we're here to support the Iran deal.
As a veteran who served in Afghanistan, Brooke believes this deal is the best path to peace in the Middle East.
It should never be war as the first option.
But opponents, including Senator John McCain, are concerned about the implications of this agreement.
I think it's a very bad deal because I believe it puts the Iranians on the path to nuclear weapons in 10 years, a blink of an eye in the Middle East.
Most of Congress agrees, and both the House and the Senate are likely to vote against this deal. But an expected veto from President Obama would let the deal take effect. As for Brooke, she is hopeful that in the upcoming weeks, this historic agreement between the 6 nations and Iran stand opposition.
But I hope to see the tide of discussion turn towards the fact that, again, diplomacy first is what we want to do. The military option remains viable in the event Iran does not fulfill its obligations. But I think as a nation, we want to always press for peace and the diplomatic solution over war.
The Arizona delegation continues to be split on the deal. Most state Republicans have come out against the deal, while most Democrats support it, with Congressman Ruben Gallego announcing his support today. Live in Washington, D.C., Adriana Barajas, Cronkite News.
The petition to recall Diane Douglas was filed 9 days ago, and with 111 days left to gather signatures, will it make it on the ballot? Cronkite News reporter Angie Schuster spoke with an expert who successfully led the campaign to recall Russell Pierce in 2011 and breaks down the confusing process of recalling a state official.
The recall process is lengthy and tricky to complete, but it has been done here in Arizona before. Most recently, we recalled Senator Russell Pierce. 120 days. That's how long Max Gosher and the coalition to recall Diane Douglas have to collect their goal of 400,000 signatures.
We believe that she should be recalled because she's not fulfilling the duties of her office, because she doesn't have a concern for students, she lacks a plan of how to improve education, and she lacks honesty, integrity, and transparency.
But that might not be the way to enact the change he wants.
Well, if you're really interested in education and you recall the president and the House and the Speaker of the House, they're the ones who by the Constitution are supposed to make it happen. And so they're over there probably laughing. What a diversion, right? That they're going after pretty much a straw person who can't really do much and not even is legally obligated to deliver on this.
Randy Paras, the former co-founder and president of Citizens for a Better Arizona, led the successful recall against Russell Pierce in 2011. Speaking from experience, he said gathering enough signatures is going to be tough.
Is it possible? It's always possible, but I don't know what their strategy is. So it's not likely they're going to do it unless people are that upset.
The Secretary of State's office requires 366,000 valid signatures to put the recall up to a vote. Signatures are disqualified if the address of the petitioner is missing, there is no date of signing provided, or if the signature or address are illegible. Even if Gosher and the coalition to recall Diane Douglas do succeed, Paras said he isn't sure how much good recalling Douglas will do.
The support on this, the recall effort becomes a means by which you build support to force the legislator's hand to allocate hundreds of more millions of dollars to education. I don't know if you accomplish it. If she gets recalled, what does that mean? What's the accomplishment?
I spoke with Max Gosher yesterday, who told me 250 more volunteers have signed up since he filed. He says that he's optimistic about the number of signatures they'll be able to collect. Live in the Media Center, Angie Schuster, Cronkite News.
Our Public Insight Network Bureau is working to gather your input on the Diane Douglas recall effort. We hope to inform and empower our Cronkite News coverage with voices from our own community. Online, you can find a special questionnaire from our PIN Bureau asking your thoughts on Douglas as superintendent, the recall effort, and the state of K-12 education in Arizona. To find the questionnaire, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org. If you had a chance to create a whole new image for Arizona, what would it be?
Coming up next on Cronkite News, we take a look into a new rebranding campaign for the state and how the public wants Arizona represented.
Plus, spring training is certainly an iconic part of Arizona. We're tracking big news on big revenue from the Cactus League.
Hi, I'm Paula Kirker, president of PBS, and I'd like to personally thank you if you've made a contribution to 8 Arizona PBS. You know, when you fund your favorite shows on this station, you're ensuring great television continues to be available for yourself, your family, and everyone in your community. One of the easiest ways to do that is by making a monthly contribution on an ongoing basis, what we call sustaining membership. When you call, tell us how much you'd like to donate each month. Our current sustainers tell us that $10, $15, or $20 a month is best for them, but you decide what works for you. After you've made that call, we will deduct that amount each month from your credit card or your bank account, and we will continue until you tell us otherwise. Your membership will always remain current, and renewal notices will become a thing of the past. Best of all, your ongoing support means that the best television on television will continue to come your way every single day of the year. So please, consider a sustaining contribution today. Thank you for your support of this PBS station.
$809 million a year. That's how much it's estimated that the Arizona Cactus League brings home in state revenue.
And Governor Doug Ducey released the results of a big study today, and Cronkite News reporter Rebecca Wynn tallies up the numbers.
Some baseball stadiums around the valley are sitting empty, quietly awaiting for the season they were built for, spring training. For fans, the action only lasts a few months, but for the state of Arizona, the effects can be seen year-round.
The results of recent studies show us that the Cactus League is growing stronger by the year, and it's a major contributor to Arizona's economy. In fact, the Cactus League industry annually now contributes more than $800 million to our state economy.
During spring training, the Diamondbacks may be focused on winning, but team president Derek Hall says they have the real advantage regardless of their record.
I've often had people ask me, does it cannibalize your business to have spring training here and other teams here? Absolutely not. It complements it. It actually makes our business even better.
While overall, Arizona's economy has benefited from spring training, especially with parks like Sloan Park, who had the highest individual team attendance rating this past year, other parks like Glendale are still struggling to meet the 2016 expectations. Because of that, some facilities need additional financial support to ensure the entire league stays lucrative.
2 new facilities out west, Goodyear and Glendale, will also receive funding. The whole point in this is simply we're going to have to continue to fund these efforts to provide economic impact of this nature.
Overall, in 2015, the Cactus League saw a total attendance of nearly 2 million people. 58% of those had traveled from out of town to attend. In Phoenix, Rebecca Wynn, Cronkite News.
Arizona is currently known as the Grand Canyon State, but could that be changing soon? Reporter Julia Thatcher took a look at a new plan proposed by Governor Doug Ducey.
Lots of ideas come to mind when people think of the Grand Canyon State, some good, some bad, but a new rebranding campaign is looking to clean up and create a more positive image for Arizona.
Temperatures higher than this. This is some funny stuff.
Building the Great Wall of Mexico. That's funny. What happens in Tent City stays in Tent City? Absolutely.
Probably not the response Governor Doug Ducey thought he would get when he asked the public for slogan ideas for the new rebranding campaign. People shared their slogans using #RebrandAZ. The $250,000 plan aims to clean up the image for the Grand Canyon State.
People have certain negative reservations buried deep in their psyche, and they talk to people and they get a sense of the popular opinions. Those things are going to come out, so they do need to be addressed.
The Arizona Commerce Authority is spearheading the campaign. President and CEO Sandra Watson is hopeful the new campaign will benefit the state. However, the question we had was, why now?
It's important that we begin to establish an identity for the state of Arizona. It's important that we don't allow others to define who Arizona is.
Currently, there is no set timeline for the campaign, but the ACA hopes to announce a full brand guideline in late fall of this year.
The project is an investment in our future. It will allow us to establish a single selling point for the state of Arizona, create a value proposition that we can communicate to the world.
The ACA said they would love to hear ideas or reasons why you love Arizona, and those can be submitted directly to them using hashtag #PromoteAZ. Although at the end of the day, there will be a new slogan and logo, the ACA said they will also look to find key elements in our state to focus on, specifically noting our involvement in aerospace and defense and vibrant high-tech communities. In the Broadcast Center, I'm Julia Thatcher, Cronkite News.
The Arizona Department of Transportation is working with local governments to nail down a route for a new passenger rail that would link Phoenix and Tucson. Here are 3 alternatives, including routes that pass through Casa Grande, Coolidge, and Florence. If you'd like to voice your opinion, there will be 3 public meetings next week. The first one is on Tuesday at Burton Bar Central Library in downtown Phoenix. Wednesday's meeting will be in Tucson at the Convention Center, and Thursdays will be in Coolidge at Central Arizona College, and all meetings will start at 5:30. Many Americans would call it the ultimate sacrifice, risking one's life in times of war.
But upon their return home, veterans often face a whole new world of challenges. Coming up on Cronkite News, what Arizona officials are doing to help homeless veterans into new homes.
And they are our country's most honorable fighters, but today dozens of U.S. Marines showed their softer side here in Phoenix.
The easiest and best way to support 8 Arizona PBS is by becoming a sustaining member. Your monthly contribution of $5 or more comes directly from your bank account or credit card, so you know your membership is always current. It also means no more renewal notices in your mailbox. So more of your dollars go to the programs you love. It's convenient for you, greener for us, and better for the planet. Become a sustaining member today.
Tap into the art scene from coast to coast. Join the Art Beat Nation, a weekly series where you'll experience a rich cultural tapestry of art stories from across America. Meet artists, writers, composers, and performers setting the pulse of the arts in America now. Join us for a brand new episode of Art Beat Nation. Sunday at 5 on 8HD. When you want to be more connected, friend us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Watch us online. Become a news source for the Arizona PBS Public Insight Network. Your ideas and insights can help us create relevant and distinctive reporting. Join now at azpbs.org/pin.
Throughout its history, Arizona PBS and volunteers have enjoyed a rich and rewarding partnership. Whether answering phones during our pledge campaigns, stuffing envelopes, or assisting with special events, volunteering at 8 is fun and provides excellent work experience, team building for a group, and a sense of community involvement and importance. If you would like to volunteer at 8, or if you have dropped off our mailing list, we encourage you to call the number on your screen or go online at azpbs.org/volunteer. Thank you.
A Mesa man and war veteran spent 30 years living homeless before a new initiative helped him find housing. Cronkite News reporter Mitch Quesada has more about the City of Mesa's initiative to end homelessness among United States veterans.
Larry Hutchison served in the Vietnam War, but when he came back to the United States, he had a whole new battle: homelessness.
I spent 30 years on the streets of drugs and alcohol.
But now Hutchison has been provided housing, thanks to Housing Mesa's heroes and the City of Phoenix working together to end veteran homelessness.
Those who fought to protect our freedom abroad should never be left without a home when they return.
That's the best thing that we can do as public servants, is pay respect to those who deserve it so much.
Half a dozen congressmen spoke on Wednesday regarding the issue, including U.S. Senator John McCain, who also served in the Vietnam War.
I'm so proud and grateful that today we do honor and welcome our veterans home.
Hutchison, no longer homeless, said he compares life to a clock and looks forward to seeing time move forward in a positive way.
Because if it goes backwards and then we remain into the past, we'll never handle the future, which is counterclockwise. And clockwise is the way we need to go.
Now, Mr. Hutchison is the first veteran to be helped in the city of Mesa with this initiative, but District 6 Council member Kevin Thompson told me there's as many as 150 homeless veterans in the city of Mesa alone. He told me he wants to help all of them, just needs to take things one step at a time. Reporting from Mesa, Mitch Casada, Cronkite News.
If you've seen a lot of military helicopters lately around the Phoenix area, they're not drills, but are part of Marine Week. Nearly 800 Marines landed in the Phoenix area this week for the celebrations. Marines here in the Valley did their part by rolling up their sleeves to help clean University Park. They partnered with the City of Phoenix Parks and Recreation by planting a welcome garden in front of the entrance, giving benches and walls a fresh coat of paint, and cleaned up around the park after the recent monsoon storms.
It's good to work side by side, sharing some stories with them, where you're from, what do you do, and really just letting the community know that just not war fighters, you know, we're here, we're from a community somewhere in the country.
Marine Week lasts until Sunday, with events happening all over the Valley for the public to attend. Some Arizonans are urging a day of service on a solemn anniversary.
Coming up next on Cronkite News, we'll show you some of the good deeds stacking up across the Valley to honor 9/11.
Plus, we'll take you to Tempe's Healing Field, an annual tradition to honor the lives lost 14 years ago.
Fridays, it's at Cronkite News, your social sharing connection where you choose the news. Facebook likes and shares, tweets, retweets, and favorites. YouTube views and subscriptions. We're watching you watch us. From our digital home at cronkitenews.azpbs.org to your television, web browser, or mobile device. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Then join us for at Cronkite News, our weekly refresh, each Friday at 5 on Arizona PBS.
Tickets are available now for one of the most anticipated luncheon events of the year. Join industry leaders from the worlds of media, politics, business, and education as we honor award-winning news anchor and late-night host Charlie Rose, this year's recipient of the Cronkite Award for Excellence in Journalism. The event takes place at the Phoenix Downtown Sheraton on Monday, October 19th at 11:30 a.m. For tickets, visit azpbs.org/Rose or call 602-496-4539.
Hi, I'm Judy Woodruff, co-anchor of the PBS NewsHour. Preparing the next generation of journalists has never been more important than it is now. With its groundbreaking partnership with Arizona PBS, the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication at ASU is revolutionizing journalism education to provide students with a real opportunity to work and learn under the supervision of veteran journalists, producers, directors, and editors on newscasts, investigative stories, and documentary productions. The Cronkite School and Arizona PBS, reinventing journalism education in the digital age.
Tomorrow marks the 14th anniversary of the terrorist attacks on 9/11. Now, Hands On Greater Phoenix has teamed up with 9/11 Day of Service and Home Depot to remember and honor our country's military personnel. The day's events will include writing letters to send to the troops and even home renovations for local disabled vets. Despite the tragedy 14 years ago, organizers believe if everyone is committed to doing one good deed on September 11th, we can make the world a better place.
Veterans make the ultimate sacrifice for our community, for us to live the way that we live, to have the lives that we have, to have the benefits of this democracy that we live in. And so to be able to come out and do a little something in return for those folks is a great opportunity.
To get involved or sign up to volunteer, visit helpinghands.org.
Service of another kind is underway in Tempe. Reporter Jacqueline Padilla takes us to the Healing Field, where volunteers help remember each life lost on 9/11.
It's now been 14 years, but no one has forgotten the tragedy of 9/11.
It hits a personal note with every American there is.
Mike Clark is a volunteer for the Tempe Exchange Club, which sets up its annual Healing Field display to pay tribute to the victims. Clark makes time each year to participate, knowing these flags send a powerful message.
Just look around, and I tell you, it is very, very disturbing. It is very disturbing to see how many people died that particular day.
Rows of red, white, and blue represent the thousands of lives lost and families affected.
It's what they left behind. And that's the whole reason we do this, is for the people they left behind.
Brandolyn Avery says helping with this project really hits home.
One of the flags out here is my stepfather's brother-in-law. And he still can't come out.
Each life taken from the September 11th attacks has the opportunity to be remembered with a card on every flag in this field.
I think everybody should come down and see it firsthand. It's one thing to see pictures of it, but to actually walk through the field of flags and read the names on the cards and the background of the people that lost their life, it really puts it into perspective as to what actually happened.
And for those too young to remember, the Memorial Field is a place to better understand why the hearts of so many Americans still ache.
I'm hoping that it teaches them to respect and honor what happened that day, what was lost.
And to make sure the next generation never forgets. In Tempe, Jacqueline Padilla, Cronkite News.
Cronkite News is proud to be the news division of Arizona PBS.
That's right, and here's a look at what's next on Arizona Horizon and PBS NewsHour.
Coming up after Cronkite News, it's Arizona Horizon. We'll hear about local involvement in a satellite mission to find water on the moon. And we'll look at a new study on childhood hunger. That's next on Arizona Horizon.
I'm Gwen Eichel on the next NewsHour. Paul Salmon wants to know what's cool. He talks to a neuroscientist to find out what the brain likes. That's Thursday on the PBS NewsHour.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thanks for joining us.
For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.